Mr. Gorbachev. That the wall, tear it down.
Mr. Reagan, wake up! Alright, Mr. Reagan, welcome back. Now we're just going to continue on.
21!
Johnson.
The Gilded Age, which lasted from the 1870s to the early 1900s, were a period of both great prosperity and corruption.
USA.
Now 22.
22!
There we go.
The Sherman Antitrust Act tried to stop trusts, but ended up being a tool to bust unions.
23!
Teddy Roosevelt showed his love for imperialism through the Spanish War, which was ignited by yellow journalism.
24!
The new immigrants came from Eastern and Southern Europe. This led to nativist feelings which manifested in the Emergency Quota Acts that capped the number of immigrants who could come into America.
25!
Jacob Reese, Ida Tarbell, Upton Sinclair were prominent muckrakers that exposed secrets within businesses.
Mr. Reagan, please at least look like you are awake. You are not even resembling conscious. Alright.
26!
I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. These Libyans have been giving me nightmares.
26!
William Jennings Bryan and the Populists wanted to legislate bimetallism, a form of currency backed by both gold and silver, instead of the gold standard in place. Also, they wanted the government to nationalize railroads, which wanted more income tax and the direct election of senators.
Don't forget they took down the socialist jerks.
No, they didn't, Mr. Reagan.
27!
Prohibition and women's suffrage became prominent during the Reform era, a time where Americans pushed for equality across the board.
28!
Woodrow Wilson's 14 points failed after World War I and pushes the way for the rise of tyrants. That Hitler guy.
28!
That was 28. Now we're going to go on to 29. I'm sorry, but my secretary Shirley is wildly incompetent. 29, Shirley. Let's go, Mahmoud. You got 2 more left, Mahmoud.
In America, we don't make mistakes. We just make progress.
Roaring Twenties was a great time for Americans, as prosperity was at an all-time high and women had become more liberated. Flappers.
30!
Then the Great Depression hit and America collectively died as a society. 1/4 of Americans were unemployed and almost everyone was destitute.
Rip in peace.
Rip in peace.
Large Johnson, I believe. it's my turn.
31!
Alright, well, I think Large Johnson's just going to finish her off here, so we're going to start with number 3. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
besides,
Mr. Johnson, please do not get too excited and let's finish this lesson.
Large Johnson's always excited. World War II. We won World War II against Hitler, but then we just decided to go on and nuke Hiroshima.
Yes!
That started the Cold War, Mr. Reagan. But don't worry, just let me finish, and I think this has a happy ending.
Gorbachev!
No, don't! Stop with the Gorbachevs! 32. The Red Scare. The Rosenbergs were executed for espionage. The Truman Doctrine was a U.S. policy with the goal of contain those damn communists.
33!
33. Cuban Missile Crisis was a 13-day confrontation in October of 1962 between the Soviet Union and America, and it involved missiles placed on the island of Cuba. This was the closest we've ever come to a nuclear apocalypse, but we were guided through it by the young man from Massachusetts, Jonathan Fitzgerald Kennedy.
34!
Vietnam peaked with the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution, which essentially gave Lyndon B. Johnson the power to do whatever he damn pleased in Vietnam. But the Tet Offensive killed American morale.
It wasn't a war, it was an armed conflict.
35!
Alright. No damn moments right now. We are on a strict time limit. 35. The Civil Rights Movement was led by Martin Luther King Jr. The movement for civil rights was a worldwide series of political movements for equality, not so much worldwide, more so nationwide. The movement did result in racial integration.
36!
Richard Nixon's Studebaker Television was the only person to resign in office. He resigned due to the Watergate scandal, a major political scandal that occurred in the United States as a result of the break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters. I need to breathe.
183.
Number 37.
37!
Reagan's trickle-down economics. Reagan, Mr. Reagan, that's you! Mr. Reagan, you made it! You did?
I did?
Yeah! Good job! Good job, Mr. Reagan! You earned a cookie today!
The actor?
Yeah! Mr. Ronald Reagan. All right, Mr. Reagan. All right. Reagan's trickle-down economics lead to a temporary economic boom, and his aggressive policy
What a
helps
guy.
lead to the end
What a
of
guy.
the Soviet
Give him a
Union.
round of applause.
Now, number 38. George Herbert Walker Bush presides over the first war with Iraq, which lasts under 2 months under the guide of General Norman Schwarzkopf. Number 39. Clinton's North American Free Trade Agreement helps Canada, Mexico, and America forge a lasting economic bond, not a bomb. Now, number 40. George W. Bush orders the invasion of Afghanistan after the 9/11 attacks. That was number 40. Mr. Reagan, did you get all that?
Can you say that again, please, but really slow?
Oh,